Okay, after my previous video down in Dalkey, I explained that I'd be heading down to the terminus location of the atmospheric line that ran between Dalkey, Kingstown as it was known then, and down to here in Burnhill outside Dalkey. So basically there is not much to see, it's just a swamp we have here. So the construction work was done by William Dargan, who was heavily involved in a lot of railway related stuff back then, and Samuel Clegg was the engineer. And it was a unique railway system. It was the world's first atmospheric system, where effectively there was a tube underneath the train between the rails, and it was sucked up to, because of the gradients, it was sucked up to this location in Dalkey, and then gravity took it back really with the aid of some manual power. But it was just Victorian carriages strapped to a sort of an atmospheric tube and pulled along and dropped back down again. So it was no intermediate stations. It was only took a handful of minutes to actually get down here, and across Where's that's brickwork. There's a house there, but there's a tunnel underneath, and that's brickwork from the actual line. We have the metals here that was constructed to extract rock from Dalkey Quarry. So the first industrial railway in Ireland on that scale. Now this is interesting. You can actually see the portal of the tunnel in there. It's heavily overgrown. I mean, the last time a train came through there was 1854, April the 12th, 1854, and it was opened on March the 29th, 1844. But they had a similar line, a longer line out in South Devon, a place called Newton Abbot and Dawlish Warren, but this is where the terminus was. So we'll just head down this direction. So it would have been a pumping station down here and a chimney. So the swamp conditions would have built up over the last century and a half or so. Now there you go, there's the embankment there. Behind that is the railway, and that was the line that was extended down to Dalkey and beyond to Bray in 1854. That was the branch line. It's hard to believe the main line was the line to Harcourt Street from Bray. So this is the original wall here. See different elevations. This is where the track bed of the metals were, and then you drop down to the swamp area, and that's where and then a further drop would have been for the conventional line now. Busy walkway, busy with walkers and cyclists, and now there's a lot of work happening here, or should I say there was, before the COVID restrictions kicked in. So there seem to be a lot of rails here. Now there was Laoghaire siding here, which officially closed in 1918 for the storage of, I think it was used well beyond that for the storage of railway carriages. But there you have it. There's some lines ready to be put down, and they gouged out this area. But they would have had a catch point until the Darts construction work took place in 1980 and beyond. But I think it was used for storage carriages right up to the 1950s. Maybe someone will comment on that when I post this video. But I guess something similar. I don't think it's to do with I think it's to do with the maintenance vehicles being stored here, and it shows you how big the area was. But the atmospheric train would have been just a single track right down to this location. I think the terminus building was very nondescript, like the terminus building of the original Dalkey railway station, just a wooden structure, I believe. Nothing fancy. But it was a great experiment. Just had two classes. There wasn't a first class, second, third class, and it paved the way for the line to be extended, really, right down to Bray and beyond, to Wicklow, down to Wexford. Now let's see if I can just make it down. I think it's at the end of this road. Just another look at here. So you can see the drop on, as I mentioned, the drop on the conventional current railway compared to how high up the atmospheric line was. Okay, please subscribe to my channel, and look forward to hearing your comments, and who knows where I'll end up next.